الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد
أحسنتم طيب الله صلوا على محمد وآله
السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصيه ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازيه. نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما. ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والأوصياء والصديقين وعترة نبيك الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه المنتجبين ومن تبعهم بإحسان وإيمان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين إن مكناهم في الأرض أقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وأمروا بالمعروف ونهوا عن المنكر ولله عاقبة الأمور. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Leadership and leaders in Islam are not only there to manage the affairs of the society and the people. They are also there for something more important. They are there to be role models and examples, exemplary in their behavior, in their sayings, in their actions, in their lifestyle, in their honesty, in their integrity, in their sense of responsibility. This is why God says leadership is very important in this life. If we don't send the right leaders to mankind, humanity is going to be lost. Humanity cannot reach salvation. Humanity is going to fail. So I have to send the right people to the people. I have to send the right leaders. Thus he says in chapter 28, Surah Al-Qasas, وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ مَا كَانَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِمْ. It is your Lord. It is your Lord who creates and chooses for leadership. يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. يختار chooses for leadership. ما كان لهم الخيرة. We did not leave the choice of leadership for them. ما كان لهم الخيرة. This is chapter 28. God says, I know who to send. I'm going to send the best people to be universal leaders, to be prophets, to be messengers, to be imams. Because if I fail in this mission, the entire humanity is going to fail. The leader is a role model. The leader is a mentor. The leader is a teacher, is a guide. We look up to them. Therefore, when we look at some histories, some periods of history in Islam, we find the society was successful, prosperous because of their leaders. On the other hand, when we find some turbulent periods in the Islamic history, period of unrest, period of anarchy, oppression, injustice, we find the reason lies with the teachers, with the leaders who led that nation, who led that society. This book says about Fir'aun, very interesting verse in this book, in the Holy Quran. يَقْدِمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَأَوْرَدَهُمُ النَّارِ. His leadership continues on the day of judgment, يوم القيامة, but where he's going to lead his nation into Jahannam. يَقْدِمُ قَوْمَهُ. He walks in the front of his community. يَقْدِم means he walks in the front of his community on the day of judgment. يَقْدِمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَأَوْرَدَهُم. He would lead them where? فَأَوْرَدَهُمُ النَّارِ. Into hellfire. Leadership is important. And the leader is the one who builds the character of his nation. A leader who's courageous, who's brave, who's wise, who's honest. His personality, his character, his conduct is going to impact his nation, his society, his country. People learn from him. الناس على دين ملوكهم. We learn from our leaders. We learn, we are impacted by them, we are touched by them. They are our examples. We see them day and night, you hear about him. He's not hidden, he's in the news 24/7. So if he gives you the right example, you get inspired, you learn, you get encouraged. If he sets the wrong example, again, he's going to put you down. One single person can put down his nation. He takes them to the lowest of the low because of his conduct. And some people cheer him up. They clap for him. They clap for the batil. That's not good for the nation. It's not good for the nation. It's not good to take your nation into the wrong direction, because these repercussions are going to remain for many generations to come. Many generations. One incident took place in the history 10,000 years ago. Still we are paying the price. One brother murdered his own brother. فطوعت له نفسه قتل أخيه فقتله فأصبح من الخاسرين. من الخاسرين, he became one of the losers. Still the humanity is paying the price. Christianity believes in the original sin, that because Adam sinned, his children sinned, we are all sinners. We don't believe in that, but we believe in the spiritual ramifications of these sins, especially when a leader commits a grave sin. He's going to impact his community. A leader who lies, who is dishonest, is going to bequeath his nation in the long run dishonesty. Then the most humble person in the community, a civil servant, will say, dishonesty is good, lying is good, because my leader is, he can get away with it. So there is no problem if I lie, he sets the example. He sets the example. And my friends, the condition of any ummah, any society is not going to be improved only by a robust economy. Yes, we need food, we need drink, we need money, we need jobs. But above that, we need morality, akhlaq. We need insaniyah, humanity. We need irfan, spirituality. We need to be more human being. We need to live up to our responsibilities. It's not only by money. Money can fill your stomach, but it might not fill your heart and your spirit. It might not do that. So affluence, prosperity, richness does not necessarily, it might, but does not necessarily lead into real prosperity, real peace, real stability. Look at the Quran. In Surah Al-Zukhruf, Fir'aun looks at Musa. He looks down at him. وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنَ أَلَيْسَ لِي مُلْكُ مِصْرٍ? Don't you believe that I own the entire Misr, that a prosperous civilization, powerful civilization at that time? Not now, at that time. أَلَيْسَ لِي مُلْكُ مِصْرٍ وَهَذِهِ الْأَنْهَارُ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِي. Look how I made your economy strong. I created jobs for you. Look at how these streams and rivers, they flow down. Look at how the land is fertile. You have a surplus of food. The economy is strong. وَهَذِهِ الْأَنْهَارُ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِي. Don't you believe that I am a good leader? أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. And then he looks down at Musa and he says, أَمْ أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْ هَذَا الَّذِي هُوَ مَهِينٌ وَلَا يَكَادُ يُبِينٌ. Or am I not better than this person? He points at Musa. At this person who's maheen, insignificant. He has no value. And even he cannot express himself. وَلَا يَكَادُ يَبِينٌ. He can hardly speak. Musa can hardly speak. Who's better, me or him? I am better than him. I created a strong economy for you. So don't listen to Musa. Whereas Musa came to them with guidance, with light, with justice, to take them out of darkness into light, into justice. So he was comparing himself to Musa. And he was bragging about strong economy. But strong economy that made hundreds of thousands of people slaves. Slaves. Strong economy that made the rich richer and the poor poorer, and it created a huge gap in that society. Didn't do any good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Yunus, رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ آتَيْتَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَأَهُ زِينَةً وَأَمْوَالًا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. My Lord, you have given Musa and his company and his soldiers wealth and attraction and majesty and power and influence. زِينَةً وَأَمْوَالًا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيا. لِيُضِلُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِكَ. They are using this wealth, this economy, this majesty, this power, this authority to divert people from your path. لِيُضِلُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِكَ. Then he does this prayers, dua. رَبَّنَا اطْمِسْ عَلَىٰ أَمْوَالِهِمْ. Oh my Lord, effaces their wealth, bolt their wealth, destroy their wealth, obliterate their wealth. رَبَّنَا اطْمِسْ عَلَىٰ أَمْوَالِهِمْ وَاشْدُدْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ. Harden their hearts. فَلَا يُؤْمِنُوا حَتَّى يَرَوُا الْعَذَابَ الْأَلِيمِ. So they cannot be saved. Let them enjoy their wealth. Let them become conceit and arrogant and live in vanity and arrogance until the day they see the punishment, and there is no U-turn. There is no salvation for them. فَلَا يُؤْمِنُوا حَتَّى يَرَوُا الْعَذَابَ الْأَلِيمِ. Countries are not only built by strong economies, they are built by strong ethic too. Ethics, akhlaq. When there is rahmah, the country becomes prosperous, beautiful, when there is mercy, when there is harmony, when we take care of each other, when we do not find someone who is being abused or persecuted or put down or discriminated against. When you can create such neighborhood, such society, then you are a strong country. Then you have to be proud of yourself. And it all depends, my friends, on leadership. Righteous leadership, responsible leadership. Therefore, when you select and elect your leader, be careful. Be careful. Don't put your narrow interest before the interest of the nation. Don't say this president, this candidate, this person works for my business, for my job, for my career, for my family, for my neighborhood. Say, is he working for the whole nation? Maybe I lose sometimes. But instead of that, my nation is gaining. My people are gaining. My country is gaining. We have to sacrifice sometimes. Don't be narrow in your judgment. Don't be narrow. Choose someone who works for the entire nation, not one sector of the nation. That is the real choice. That is the good choice. When you are thoughtful about the whole country, not just myself. When the country is happy, I become happy. But when my country is sad, how can I become happy? How can I gain? How can I profit? الذين إن مكناهم في الأرض أقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وأمروا بالمعروف ونهوا عن المنكر ولله عاقبة الأمور. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن حبيبنا وسيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على خلفاء نبيك وأوصيائه وأهل بيته وأحبته علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين وعلى البضعة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين وعلى سبطي نبي الرحمة وسيدي شباب أهل الجنة الحسن والحسين عليهما السلام وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه وجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي المذنبة المقصرة بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا. It is He, your Lord, who made the earth tractable for you. ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها. So travel in its open roads. فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه, and eat from His provision. وإليه النشور. But you're going to stand before Him. Your resurrection is going to be before Him. My friends, this life is a journey of learning. A journey of learning from the beginning to the end. Every day is a day of learning, is a day of inspiration, is a day of discovery for us. And one of the things that we learn through them is when you travel السير في الأرض. السير في الأرض, which is mentioned in the Quran. How many times the Quran says, سيروا في الأرض فانظروا. When you walk, when you travel, reflect. وانظروا. Look left and right. Go to other nations, go to other countries, go to other societies, but you have to learn. Don't go blinded. Don't go just to lay down in the sun so you get suntan and then you come back after 2 weeks with different color. Go there to learn, to discover, to learn. The Prophet asked his community at the time where there are no airplanes, no trains, no vehicles, no vessels, nothing, that even if it takes you to go to the farthest point, which is China, then you must go to learn. اطلب العلم ولو بالصين. Go to learn, to discover. قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف بدأ الخلق. That is in chapter Al-Ankabut. In Surah Al-Rum, God encourages immigration. God says travel. If you are restricted in your area, no work, no job, no opportunity, no change, then move it. Move, go to another area. Leave it and go to another area. ألم تكن أرض الله واسعة. Surah Al-Rum. ألم تكن. Didn't I create this vast land for you? This is for you. Why are you restricted? Why do you stay in one area for the rest of your life even the conditions are terrible and bad? Don't do this. ألم تكن أرض الله واسعة فتهاجروا. It's an encouragement for us to move. Leave that spot. Don't stay. If there is no progress, don't stay. Don't blame it on God. God says, I don't create an opportunity for you here. Maybe it is somewhere else. Go and find it. Until you find it. Until you grab it. Don't sit somewhere and say, I'm poor. God wanted me to stay poor. No. This is not right. God says, I want you to be rich. But at the same time, I want you to move. I want you to go and discover. Discover nations, what is happening. Sometimes we think, my village is the best village, and my people are the best, and my language is the best, and my country is the best. I don't know that God created many other cultures, and nations, and languages, and people. Ya ayyuhan nasu inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha, and we made you into thousands of nations and tribes. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ. So you discover each other, you travel and you learn from each other. We learn how did they succeed and how they failed. We learn from both. Quran says also learn not only from their success, but from their failures. If they have a problem, you have to learn why they have this problem, why they have dictatorship, why they have famine, why they have civil war, why they have discord among them. وَانظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ. So learning is not just going through the school, but when you travel in the land, when you walk in the land of God that belongs to God and see the people around you, interview people, talk to people, learn from these people. This is a huge encyclopedia of knowledge about anthropology, about sociology, psychology, and so on and so forth. We have to learn it. One of the benefits of traveling is that we learn patience and tolerance and forbearance. When you travel, when you leave the comfort of your home, the comfort of your bed, your living room, then you're going to encounter difficulties and challenges. One of the mind-boggling stories in this book, in chapter 18, the trip that Musa made. Musa made a trip, an important trip that changed his life. It changed his life entirely. It was a wake-up call for Moses, because Moses one day asked God, God, show me some of the unseen, some of the things that ordinary people do not notice. God says, okay, are you ready for it? He said, yes. But he wasn't quite ready. He wasn't. If you read Surah Al-Kahf, he wasn't. He's a human being. So God said to him, go to such and such a place. You're going to find such and such a man. That is going to be your mentor, your tourist guide. Listen to him. Don't disobey him. So he found him. Some stories say this is another prophet, Al-Khidr. who was the teacher of Musa. And Musa humbled himself before him. عَلَىٰ أَن تُعَلِّمَنِي. I accompany you and I serve you. I'm even ready to serve you. So it changed his life. He saw things that are very incredible in this story. Unthinkable, some of them. Unthinkable. Musa was shocked. But that guy said to him, you have to be patient. You have to be patient till the end. If you are not patient, you are not going to learn. So when you travel, tell your wife, tell your kids, you have to be patient. One of the things we learn when we travel is we are patient. The other thing that we learn and I learn when I travel, when I go to poor areas, deprived areas, poor communities, they have no privileges. They don't enjoy what we enjoy in the richest state in America, the state of California, in the richest county in America, Orange County. They don't have these privileges, amenities. They don't. They can barely find, in some communities, barely find some food to survive on basic food. So when we return, we have to be thankful to God. We have to be grateful to God. When you look at your family living in peace, they have education, they have health care, they have bed, they have electricity, they have running water, they have medicine, they have peace and security. In some countries, they don't dare leaving their homes, their neighborhoods. It's not safe. So when you find these things, you have to give thanks to Allah. Always give thanks. That alhamdulillah, I'm much better than others. Look at the suffering of others. But sometimes I see the opposite. Sometimes I see the poor people, they give thanks to God, and the rich people, they don't give thanks, they complain. I see the opposite. We have to learn to be thankful. And to be thankful is not easy. This is the biggest test. To be thankful. To be thankful. To appreciate. To be grateful to God. One day, someone came to Imam al-Sadiq. He said to him, God has given me so many things in my life. How can I thank Him? Imam al-Sadiq said, you can thank Him when you say sincerely from the bottom of your heart, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. When you say it with conviction, with understanding, you are paying back to God. You are becoming thankful to God. Do we say this sentence? How many times we say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen? So we have to say it. We have to learn to be thankful. Otherwise we lose what we have. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And the last part of traveling. What do we learn? Traveling also teaches us how to survive on the minimum. Because sometimes, thanks to United Airlines and Delta and American Airlines, they charge you on the back. So people put all their things in the carry-on. So they don't pay extra money. But this is good, believe me. It teaches you how for 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 10 days, you survive on the minimum. And then when you come back home, you realize that much of the things that you have is extra. You really don't need it. It's not necessary. You can survive without it. You come back, you look at your wardrobe, the stock of clothing, shoes that you have, too much. You don't even use them. And you could survive for 2 weeks on the minimum. So we learn. We learn that happiness does not mean I have more and more and more. I go to the market and buy more and more and more. They become burden on us. Imam Hassan says, take what is necessary. Unnecessary, leave it for others. Leave it for others. This is how we fight greed. We fight greed when I use what I really, whether it is food, clothing, space, vehicle, I use what is really necessary for me to survive. The rest, if I leave it for others, there is no more greed. There is no more conflict. There is no more fighting. Tonight, inshallah, the youth session begins at 7 p.m. And tomorrow we have the Arabic session at 6 p.m. from 6 to 8. Before that, we have the memorial for Marhum Al-Hajj Ali Al-Rubai'i from 3 to 6 here, inshallah. And then the Saturday, the 15th of February, the Ladies Committee at IECOC, they are organizing the ihtifal, the celebration of the milad of Lady Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, which is open for men and women, and they need the encouragement of their husbands and their sons and their brothers and the men in the community. So please give to them, donate. They have some bake sale outside, so if you can help buy something on the way out, you help them and you encourage them. And inshallah on Saturday, March 7th, we're going to have the celebration of the Milad of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam. For those of you who have not voted so far, there are some sisters standing outside with this card. They would help you to register to vote. As I said in my first sermon, it is our duty to choose the righteous leadership. This is your moral duty. You can't say to God, I did not go to vote, because none of them was good. Maybe none of them is good, but choose the one with the least harm. This is what you say. Bayni, say, this is between me and God. This person is the least harmful person, if he's not the perfect. But you have to do that. You have to exercise your moral right in trying to choose your leader in this life. Of course, our leader in the Akhirah is the Prophet and Amir al-Mu'mineen and Ahlul Bayt. No doubt about that. But people who run our affair in this little life that we live for a few days and then we check out, those people also we have to take care of this life too. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. Tabi' Allahumma baynana wa baynahum bil khayrat. Allahumma wahhid kalimat al muslimin ala al khayri wal